All right, Radical Russ here, 420 Radio. We are just about ready to play our 420 Radio drug test. You can win a Russ Belville Show or 420radio.org pin if you can collect an ounce in 6 questions or less. It's like Jeopardy. There's 7 categories. You choose what weight of question. Each question, of course, is increasingly harder by weight. And lo and behold, there's Kaliko Castille ready to play. Come on, Kaliko. Everybody, hey, Kaliko. Woo! All right, I got to turn it this way so we can see.
Okay.
All right, so first of all, you remember Kaliko.
Aloha, everyone. Good to see you.
Kaliko,
glad to be back.
The businessman now.
I guess so.
Wow.
Maybe not yet. The doors aren't open yet.
The doors aren't open yet.
We're not quite doing business.
There could be a tornado, a hurricane, a flood.
There could be acts of God that unforeseen.
But this is the story, folks. Brightside PDX. Why don't you tell the story?
Yeah. So I took a little hiatus after the Measure 80 debacle last year in Oregon.
Debacle.
Oh, like compared
47%.
to I'm sitting here at legal marijuana in Washington, so anything short of that is a debacle to me. So
Kaliko is not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied, and we'll get back at it in 2014. But anyways, after that, took a little time off. Decided that my next leap into activism was really going to be more on the business side of things in the industry. I think that social entrepreneurship is a way to push marijuana legalization forward is kind of what I'm about now. I think that, now that marijuana legalization is coming in Colorado and Washington, and it's going to be coming in states further on down the future, I think that, it's really going to be important for activists to get involved into the industry and to push forward really professional standards, and trying to normalize the idea of a medical cannabis and a legalized cannabis industry. Instead of this black market, I think it would be much better for us to shed light on the brighter side of the cannabis industry, which is what brings us to the name Brightside. Obviously, wanted to bring light to what has typically been a black market, a dark side of things. So we want to bring and show the light. We want to bring the bright side.
And notice bright side, dark side. Star Wars reference with Star Wars font.
Is that the Star Wars font? There's a little shout out in there. We're not going to say it's the Star Wars font.
I don't know if you noticed, my font is kind of familiar as well.
I couldn't place it, but where did it come from?
It's pretty normal looking, wouldn't you say?
Okay, now I got you. I was going to say, it seems homey.
Yeah, it's very normal.
I'm used to it.
Yes. So Brightside PDX going to be premier medical cannabis dispensary in Portland, Oregon, Southeast
Portland. Yeah, we're going to be serving the Southeast Portland area. It's actually right next door to the Hot Cake House. Anyone that's from Portland, Oregon would probably have visited the original Hot Cake House. It's open, obviously, 24 hours.
It is where hot cakes originated. Folks.
Yeah, they're actually where they
Nobody
originated.
had ever cooked a hot cake
once before.
The original Hot Cake House.
On Powell Boulevard.
And, Portland's amazing. We've got an original Hot Cake House on Powell and the original Taco House on 82nd.
Dude, Powell was basically the original of everything. We were the originals of Portland. We were the original Portland people.
I see. All right. So now this is interesting because Portland is just starting. Oregon is just starting. We just passed the dispensary bill. And we've got California and Washington and Colorado to look at, their previous few years of doing this. What lessons should and have you taken from these other dispensaries in other states that should be applied in Oregon?
Well, I think that one thing that's started in Colorado, because, they've had more of a regulated medical cannabis industry for a little while now, is just testing our products, right? Or testing our medicine, making sure that people can see the analytics, not only of the CBD, CBN, CBD, the whole cannabinoid
CBGB.
profile, right? The whole cannabinoid profile, but also the VOCs, or not the VOCs, but yeah, the VOCs, making sure that you don't have
VOCs?
Volatile organic compounds. Sorry.
Damn, there's
the things contained in butane, people smoking hash oil. Obviously, if you're smoking laced hash oil, there's going to be a lot of bad things that are put
Volatile organic compounds, VOC. VOC.
Right. So, obviously, when now that we're testing for those types of things, we can make sure that the medicine is clean, and we can have a peace of mind when we're getting those products to the patients and making sure that they're getting clean medicine and they're not getting stuff laced with people who really don't care and they're only about the profit. So and actually, that's something I actually should mention. We are currently an Oregon nonprofit. We're going to be a nonprofit dispensaries. So we are really going to be able to focus a lot more towards patient needs and really cater towards the community in which we reside in, instead of having to really focus on pinching every penny to maximize profit. So
is that the reason? I mean, that's why you wanted to be a nonprofit?
Well, I mean, obviously,
you think it should be nonprofit?
Well, I mean, I think in a legalized cannabis industry, I think it's just, probably not the smartest idea to be a nonprofit. I mean, there's going to be plenty of people who are doing for-profits, and it's going to be a huge industry. But I think right now, Oregon medical marijuana is in a place where you still should probably be an Oregon nonprofit in order to fit into the whole deal. And plus, I think it's better because we're going to be able to not worry about pinching those pennies and maximize profit, right? Obviously, we're still going to try to be the most efficient we can and, pinch pennies where we can as well. But we don't have to worry about shareholders and investors and those types of things. We can really focus on the things that matter, and that's having employees that are happy to be there, who are being paid, who are knowledgeable, putting on, workshops for the community in which we serve so they can see that we aren't just someone out there making a profit, but that we're actually there to serve the community in which we live in. And, also providing, awesome quality medicine, and we'll be able to reimburse for the quality medicine instead of having to get the cheap stuff, so we can make sure that we're making margins.
So. Well, there's plenty of quality medicine where we're from, so I'm not
Oregon's.
Too worried about
there's
that.
not. It's not a lacking thing.
Not lacking.
Sure.
No droughts. Okay, so we've got these cards for Brightside, and it makes me think of advertising, and it's something that's kind of contentious in Washington and Colorado as they're drafting their rules for the recreational market, and it's been of contention in the medical states too, to some extent. What is the state? What is the regulation that you know of, the rules regarding marketing and advertising for your business in Oregon? Can you?
Right. Currently, there are no rules.
Okay.
I mean,
will there be, and should there be?
There will be rules. Obviously, the governor just signed the House Bill 3460 just a couple weeks ago in Oregon. So the Rules Committee actually was just named. Obviously, Anthony Johnson from National Cannabis Coalition, New Approach Oregon's on that, as well as Jeff Sugarman, who helped craft the original 1998 Oregon Medical Marijuana Act and helped pass 3460. And I mean, I think that there should probably be some sort of, I'm of two minds here, right? Obviously, there's the side of me who philosophically doesn't believe that the cannabis industry, be it medical or recreational, should be treated differently from any other industry, right? Yeah. But then there's also the pragmatic political side of me that says we've got to do whatever we've got to do to push this forward. And if it is saying that we can't have dancing pot leaves out in the street, then I'm fine with that.
Kit Kat bar edibles.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Or, and I'm fine. And I really do think that there should be standards set forth in packaging, just like in any other industry. There should be standards for everything. And I think that the people who are used to working and operating in an illegal market are probably a little bit afraid that they're going to have to jump through all those hoops. And I feel like, obviously, my history as of a political guy and being kind of a, self-avowed socialist, whatever you want to call me, very progressive person and anti-corporations and stuff. But I understand that some regulations are needed. You know what I mean? Like that, sure, they may be burdensome. Like I spent 3.5 hours down at the city of Portland. We're building out our whole dispensary. We had to put up walls, do the framing, the whole works, sheetrocking. So I had to go down to the city of Portland to get some permits. And I spent like 3.5 hours down there. Didn't get anything accomplished that day. And I was
what? How could that be?
I know. I was frustrated. And at that moment, I was like, those effing bureaucrats, right?
And Kaliko inches a little bit rightward.
Right. No. But at the same time, the alternative is the building collapsing. The alternative is bad wiring and the place catching on fire, right? Yeah. There's plenty of bad alternatives to spending my 3.5 hours down at the city of Portland.
There we go.
So, and it's the same thing for the DMV. Like I spent that same week, and so I was just dealing with bureaucracy all week. Had to go to the DMV, spent like 2 hours down there. Just normal, course of doing business and getting my tags renewed. But, that's probably better than people not having registered cars, so that, when there isn't some sort of a convict or whatever person who stabs somebody and flees the country and you can't trace their car anywhere.
That would be bad.
You know what I mean? Like there's alternatives to those, and they're probably worse choices, I would tend to say.
Well, folks, brightsidepdx.org is up.
It is up and running, absolutely. And also, if you go to brightsidepdx.org, please sign up for our newsletter, because we'll be keeping people up to date. Obviously, on these cards, we put September 16th as our starting date. I'm freaking out about that, but we're going to make it happen. Absolutely going to make
September
it happen.
September 16th. What day is that?
Oh, brother, that's like a week and a half away. 9 days away.
Yeah, I'm just
Today's the 7th.
16th's a Monday. I won't be back by then. But I would love to do a stream from your place that week for grand opening.
Absolutely. Whenever you're available, man, we'll make that doable. We have the Wi-Fi connection to make it possible.
All right, so I would give you a pin just because. But since you're here,
I have to compete.
You get to compete in the 420 radio drug test.
I got to say, I'm sorry. Adam Hand showed me these Russ Belville pens. And I thought they were awesome.
They are.
I had previously seen the 420 radio ones,
which I like too,
which are great. But the Russ Belville, oh wow,
are much better.
I wouldn't say much better. I think they're equal too. But I got to say that they pop well.
Thank you. They're
well
very
done.
poppy.
Well done.
Yes, Adam Hand, handmadeapparel.biz. Can't say enough about them. And half of it's good. No, I guess that's a joke. It's a bad joke. All right, so it's like Jeopardy. You're competing for weight. Our categories are Toker terms, which would be just terms that tokers use.
Sure.
News nugs, recent news information. Medical cannabis, facts about medical marijuana. Viper sports, sports category, figures and such. International, and sativa celebrities. And you can choose from a swag all the way up to a quarter pound.
You know I got to go with sativa celebrities.
All right, so sativa celebrities, and how much weight?
Quarter pound is the heaviest, huh?
Quarter pound is the heavy. You're going to go big.
Let's go big.
All right. Sativa celebrities for a quarter pound. This 5-time NFL Pro Bowler won 2 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in the 1990s before becoming the president of Texas Normal in the 2000s. Name him.
You're joking me. I have no idea.
Oh, well, you wanted to go quarter pound.
I know. Well, now you know. Now I'm trying. Is it somebody named Dwight?
Somebody named Dwight is wrong. It's Mark Stepnoski.
Stepnoski?
And Mark Stepnoski played for the Cowboys, won a couple Super Bowls. He went to 5 Pro Bowls. His high school rescinded his high school Hall of Fame plaque when he came out as the head of Texas Normal.
And when was this? Sorry,
this
it was in the
1990s. Yeah.
Is he no longer involved with the Texas Normal?
I think he supports them, but he's not like an officer or anything like that. All right, so sativa celebs for a quarter pound. The man got that.
Wow,
so
dude,
now,
I gave it to the man.
Now you have to collect more weight than the man to win.
So how do I do that?
By choosing another question.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well,
but now you're a quarter pound in the hole. You owe me, sucker.
All right. News nugs for, let's just go for a half. Let's start.
All right, news nugs for a half.
Start trying to battle back here.
Which of the following was not a New York Times headline about marijuana news? Entrepreneurs' ambitious plans go up in smoke. Feds hash out new priorities on marijuana. Marijuana etiquette sending out smoke signals, or zombies get the munchies too.
I feel like that might be too easy, but I'm going to say zombies get the munchies too.
It was too easy.
Yes.
Feds hash out new priorities that was on marijuana.
Oh, man.
So now the
man is really holding me down here. I'm not appreciating this. I'm starting to feel the prohibition.
The man is collecting a half ounce there.
Russ.
All right.
Man, you should have given me a refresher course before bringing on.
We're gonna start with the swag or the eights or something.
Well, no, dude, I go big and and then sometimes I go home.
Sometimes.
Apparently. All right, fine. Toker term swag.
Toker terms for swag.
Oh, I'm defeated.
True or false? The Harry Potter term "muggles" is an early 20th century slang term.
Oh, sure,
for
that's
marijuana.
absolutely true.
That is true. That's right. Muggles was an old jazz term.
All right, here we go. We're battling back.
All right, so Kaliko's got the swag.
All right, we're going to go for the swag for news nugs, too.
Swag for news nugs. True or false? More than 1/3 of the U.S. population lives in a medical marijuana state.
That's true.
That is true. About 39% live in a medical marijuana state.
So crazy.
Kaliko
we'll be
gets
at 50
the swag.
one day, huh?
All right. We actually, let me have you. Would you take the mic and the headphones and go out there so people can see the board together? And then that way I've got a camera just for. Actually, no, forget it. Forget it. We'll stay here, Kaliko.
Thank you, Russ.
That's dumb. It's not going to work.
All good, man. All
Trust
good.
me, there's a screen here. There's a screen here. All right. Next category.
Let's go for Toker terms for eighth.
Toker terms for an eighth.
Please.
True or false? The scent and flavor of various marijuana strains is primarily determined by the terpene content.
Oh, absolutely true.
That is true. Terpenes and terpenoids are the primary constituents of the essential oils of many plants and flowers.
That would be why I smoke so much dabs.
All right, Kaliko's got 3/8. He's built up 3/8.
Okay, let's just keep going for a quarter on Toker terms.
Toker terms for a quarter. The OG in very push stands for A, Original Gangsta, B, Ocean Grown, or C, Organically Grown?
I have no idea, but let's go with B, Ocean Grown.
It is B, Ocean Grown. And I had no idea either until I researched the question. But yeah, OG, like OG Kush, stands for Ocean Grown.
Continue to say Original Gangsta.
I know. I'm thinking that's, Tupac.
So how far down am I?
You got 5/8.
Oh, my God. News Nugs for an 8th, please.
Which got more votes in Colorado's 2012 election, Barack Obama or legalizing marijuana?
It was definitely Amendment 64.
That's right.
Marijuana.
Legalizing marijuana got 50,000 more votes.
So I'm sorry, this is aside from that, is Leahy's meeting, is his hearing still going to go on the 10th?
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. All right, continue, please. Thank you.
Your question.
Medical cannabis for 8th.
Medical cannabis for an 8th. Which state has more registered medical marijuana patients, Colorado or Michigan?
Seems like that would be a no-brainer that it would be Colorado, right? Or is it Michigan because it's more populous? Colorado, please.
It's Michigan, 135,000.
Wow.
To Colorado's 108,000.
Wow.
You don't have to beat the man, Kaliko. We'll just go as long as you want to go. Because so far, the man's kicking your ass.
The man is kicking my ass. Let's go for half for Toker terms, please.
Toker terms for a half. Put these drugs in the order in which they are consumed in the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre hit song Gin and Juice. A Fat Ass J of Bubonic Chronic. B, Seagram's Gin. C, a gang of Tanqueray. And D, an ounce of Indo. He's singing it in his head.
Oh, wow. I kind of want to say a gang of Tanqueray, but Fat Ass Javes of Bubonic Chronic. Yeah, let's go with a gang of Tanqueray. I don't know.
Tanqueray first, followed by.
Oh, sorry.
In order.
Literally. Oh, wow. You're rough, Russ.
Rough.
Man.
Normally, this game's played with teams, so you'd have a little collaboration.
Oh, okay.
And some lifelines, but
I'm down. I'm handicapped here. A gang of Tanqueray. So it's CBDA.
CBDA. Ooh,
CBCA.
DBCA. We gonna smoke an ounce to this. G's up, hose down, while you motherfuckers bounce to this.
Right.
I got me some Seagram's Gin. Everybody got their cup of the ink chipped in. My homie Dr. Dre came through with the gang of Tanqueray and a Fat Ass J of some Bubonic Chronic.
Wow.
Made me choke.
Well, dude.
Had
That
to
ain't no
back
joke,
up off
dude.
it.
That's true. All right.
Set my cup down.
All right. Well, you whipped my ass on that one. There you go. Okay.
All right, that's Toker turns for a half.
Well, let's go News Nugs quarter. Please.
News Nugs for a quarter.
Yes.
Which of these states has the highest recreational marijuana tax rates? California, Colorado, or Washington?
Washington.
That'd be Washington. 25%, 25%, 25%. State sales tax, local tax, municipal tax, dog catcher tax. I don't know
You
what.
sound like a Debbie Downer.
That's a bummer. All right, so you got the quarter.
All right, cool.
Kaliko's got an ounce. He's
Oh,
up to an ounce.
yay.
So you do
Well-
have your pin level ounce, but you can continue if you like.
Jesus. Well, I got a crowd here, so let's go with international swag, please.
International swag.
Yes.
True or false? Medical marijuana is legal in the European Union.
False. True. It's absolutely true.
True. Because some EU member states, like the Netherlands, recognize medical use of cannabis, and in the EU, they have to recognize your medical card no matter where you go in the EU.
So what EU member states other than the Netherlands?
It's a quiz for me.
Why does Cannabis Cure have a
He can go to the UK. Yes, he can
bro?
go to the Netherlands.
What are you
get his
doing,
card.
Greg? Come on, bro.
All right, so that's true until Greg emails me and says it's not.
Okay.
All right, Kaliko, you're up.
Sativa Celebs swag.
Sativa celebs for swag. True or false? Willie Nelson once smoked a joint on the roof of the White House.
He totally did that.
True. During
Totally
the Carter
did that.
presidency in September of 1980 with Carter's son Chip.
I didn't realize it was with his son.
Yes.
That's awesome. Let's go with 8th in the Sativa Celebs
8th
category.
for Sativa
please.
celebs. Which one is older, Cheech or Chong?
I feel like it's Cheech.
Chong is older.
Wow, by
Chong
quite a
was born
bit.
in 1938. Cheech was born in
It's like the
1947.
difference between my grandparents.
I know. So you got to
Crazy.
give that 8th to the man.
I'm giving the 8th. Giving a lot of weed to the man right now. Sativa Celebs for a quarter, please.
Sativa celebs for a quarter. Put these famous celebrity pot smoking incidents in chronological order. Miley Cyrus's Bob Marley birthday cake, Michael Phelps' bong smoking photo, Fiona Apple's Texas tour bus.
I feel like it would have been Michael Phelps, Miley Cyrus, Fiona Apple.
BAC.
BAC.
BAC is correct. Phelps 2009, Cyrus 2010, Fiona Apple 2012. That's a quarter for Kaliko.
Wonderful.
Kaliko's got an ounce and a half.
So a half for Sativa Celebs.
Sativa
please.
Celebs for a half. Which of these pop divas has not recently advocated for marijuana? Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Rihanna, or Melissa Etheridge?
It's kind of jamming to her newest song, but it's definitely Katy Perry has not advocated for marijuana.
That's right. Not publicly that we know of. Gaga and Rihanna have smoked on stage, and Melissa Etheridge was a medical marijuana patient.
Her boy Mayer should work on
All right,
Katy Perry.
you got 2 ounces.
Well, we're going to go for an ounce. Try to double that.
All right, Sativa Celebs for an ounce. This daily pot smoker was a genius. He was literally a rocket scientist and was tasked with creating a message in a bottle for the Voyager spacecraft to tell alien civilizations about the human race and Earth.
Well, I feel like I would give you a heart attack if I didn't know this answer, so I'm just going to say Carl Sagan.
That's right. Dr. Carl Sagan, who did the PBS series Cosmos, was a daily pot smoker. Wow, now you're up to 3 ounces.
Let's try to double it again up with 2 ounces on Sativa.
2 ounces for Sativa Celebs. There is evidence to prove at least 8 U.S. presidents have smoked marijuana or hashish. Name 4 of them.
Okay. Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Thomas Jefferson. Carter didn't smoke pot, did he? Bush smoked pot, though, so there you go. That's 4.
Okay, so we got W. Bush, Clinton, Obama, and Jefferson. All right. You get Bush, Obama, and Clinton, but there's no evidence to prove Jefferson smoked pot. It's highly suspected he did, but there's no evidence of it.
Get that garbage out of here.
John F. Kennedy smoked pot. He used some for his back pain. It's in a couple of his memoirs. And then the 19th century presidents James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, Zachary Taylor, and Franklin Pierce wrote about smoking marijuana when they were in the Mexican War.
Wow.
With their troops.
Zachary Taylor, huh?
Yeah, old Zachary Taylor.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed it.
2 ounces to the
man.
man.
The man's holding me down right now. Okay, let's go back to Toker terms for an ounce.
Toker terms for an ounce. This strain would be appropriate for the Norse god Thor to smoke after sex in our 49th state.
Alaskan thunderfuck?
That's right. Norse god Thor, the god of thunder, Alaska, our 49th state.
All right.
Alaskan thunderfuck. You win the ounce term. 4 ounces. You got a quarter pound, Kaliko.
Cool. 2 ounces for Toker terms.
2 ounces for Toker terms. There are 3 species of the genus Cannabis. Name them.
Sativa, indica, and ruderalis?
That's right. Sativa, indica, and ruderalis. And that means Kaliko gets his 2 ounces, and you have beaten. No, you have not. But you got 6 ounces. I thought that you were going to go over with that one. No,
how far off am I?
By an ounce and a quarter.
All right, let's go with the quarter pound, Toker terms.
Toker terms, quarter pound, the big tough question.
How big of a toker am I?
Name a medical marijuana strain named after a medical doctor.
Isn't there a Dr. Grinspoon?
There is a Dr. Lester Grinspoon, and there is now a Dr. Sanjay Gupta strain.
Even though if CNN had their way, they certainly would do away with that.
They sued, actually, and I think they're taking it off the shelf. But that means you've got 10 ounces. Kaliko's our winner.
Thank you.
You have defeated the man.
Thank you. I needed to defeat the man.
So now you can have your set of pins.
I get both?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you got a whole 10 ounces.
Yeah, you know how much it took me a while to battle back, man. The man was really holding me down.
The man was holding you down.
Holy moly.
You know, always got to keep your brother down.
All right, well, people, you better pay attention because one day.
Thank you for playing the 420 Radio Drug Test.
Appreciate it.
Brightside PDX.
Yes, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Brightside PDX. Come follow us. We've been posting a lot of pictures and status updates about the whole process of building out the dispensary. It's been a really awesome, thing to go from being an intern on Normal Show Live, obviously producing for the Russ Belville show, being around for the launch of 420 Radio, and then going on to do Oregonians for Law Reform, doing the Political Action Committee, and now starting a dispensary. It's definitely crazy that this has all happened in just a couple years. I couldn't thank you more, Russ. I mean, it's awesome to see you back here. And, it's awesome to see the Cannabis Cup here in Seattle becoming not only just a MedCan Cup, but the U.S. Cannabis Cup.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see the American Americana stuff all over the place to symbolize that it is just freedom here in America, and it isn't something that needs to be restricted for simply the sick, although the sick deserve it. And I'm glad to see that we have expanded to just across the street here. So it's crazy. I'm sure this ride will not get any calmer.
Any less fun.
Yeah.
Some comments from our chat room. Lively Libra says, Kaliko Hun, so happy for you and your business venture.
Well, mahalo, my fellow Libra.
And Stereotype had to chime in with, so funny to see Kaliko bomb. Even more fun to hear Russ quote rap songs.
Well, I guess if your definition of bomb is battling back even when you're down, Rio,
Rio.
Then yeah, I guess I bomb. But I don't give up, my friends, so fear not.
Thank you, Kaliko.
Appreciate it, Russ. Thank you so much.
Go have some fun. Go get medicated. You did great.
I will definitely do so. I appreciate it. BrightSidePDX.org.
All right, we are just live here at the High Times Cannabis Cup. Radical Russ here on 420radio.org, having some fun with the 420 Radio drug test and Kaliko Castille. We're going to take a short break because I got to get something to eat and drink. I've been working all day. So stay tuned. We'll just leave the mics live. You can hear the music that's playing and the people walking by. 420radio.org.